What is going on, guys? Craig1287 here, and today I would like to talk about a recent change that is taking place. Now, before I get to what that change is, gonna get to a real quick history lesson. For many years, the mainstream media outlets have been calling out the video games industry for producing games that glorify violence and turn the players into murderers. Violence is nothing new for games. It's been around since the 70s with releases like Deathrace in the arcades, and then in the early 80s with releases like Custer's Revenge on the Atari 2600. Now, as graphics, animations, and physics have improved, games like Manhunt, Call of Duty, and of course Grand Theft Auto have become the targets for many of the outlets to claim as being murder simulators, a term that was coined by the disbarred attorney and anti-videogame activist John Jack Thompson. Now, accusations by those practicing in law and those in the media, as well as horrific events such as the shooting at Columbine in 1999, all have led to the multitude of studies that took a look at the wide range of potential effects that playing video games, violent and non-violent, have on the player playing that game. While there are some studies that have shown a connection between increased aggressive behavior in players after sessions of violent gameplay, these are typically studies that only look at short-term effects, improper definitions of what constitutes someone's behavior, or they were funded by sources that more than likely led to biased methods and biased results presentation. Most studies have shown no direct connection, but media outlets have continued to say otherwise, despite this majority of what these studies are showing. Now, April 2014 marks the change that we gamers have been waiting for. The Guardian and MSNBC have both shown a change of heart. On April 17th, MSNBC aired a segment in which Ronan Farrow talked with gaming legends Rand Miller of the Myst series and Ken Levine of the BioShock, System Shock, and Thief series. He talked with them about the evolution of video games. They talked about how video games have grown in their focus on storytelling and providing an adventure that is driven by the player, something that films, books, music, they cannot do. Farrow discusses with Miller and Levine how games like Myst can be a non-violent game with a story to tell, and then how violence in games like something like BioShock can actually be a plot device. Just a few days later, on April 20th, The Guardian released an article by Simon Parkin in which he postulates the idea that the video game industry is on track to overtake the film industry and literature, both in their abilities to tell a story. He touches on the laughable storytelling ability of games in their early incarnations, such as Space Invaders and Pac-Man, but quickly jumps to the 1 billion in 1 week splash that GTA 5 made back when it released in 2013. This stirred a frenzy that the end of Hollywood was in sight. I don't believe that that's true, or at least not anytime soon, but this is something that was definitely discussed when that happened. While other games have released that haven't made the sales numbers of GTA 5, titles like Dark Souls 2 and its environmental storytelling process, The Walking Dead and Tomb Raider, Gone Home, and Papers, Please, these titles have been referenced in Parkin's article as solid examples of the storytelling potential that video game has as a medium of entertainment. So guys, check out these these pieces, the Guardian and the MSNBC video. Links to both of these are in the video description below. What are your thoughts on this possible new trend? Do you like stories in games like BioShock in BioShock Infinite or Myst? Or do you prefer the pure, unadulterated gameplay, action-focused games, something like Serious Sam or Unreal Tournament, where story takes a, I wouldn't even say second-hand or third-hand focus. They're almost way in the far rear, where even graphics, are more important than the story. So what do you guys think about this? Hope you guys have enjoyed this discussion. Have a good one. Ta-ta.